It's time once again to do the match day 3 predictions. We did the first match day, we did the second match day. It's time for the third match day. We're going to be predicting every single game. We're going to be predicting the score of every single game. And hopefully we can get most of them right. Okay guys, the first match we got in match day 3 is Bosnia against Qatar. For me, this is a very important game because if you look at both Bosnia and Qatar, they're both on 1 point. Qatar have a horrible goal difference, but Bosnia need to get a result if they want a chance to be one of the better third place teams. I don't think there's really any chance for them to get in second place unless they win by like 5 goals and Canada lose by like 5 goals. Realistically, this is pretty much the fight for third place. I don't know about Bosnia. I have not been convinced with Bosnia in this World Cup, bro. They were shit against Canada. They got the job, but they were shit. They kept trying to go long. That's all they did. Against Switzerland, they were good for maybe the first half. They were decent. They kept them out. But in the second half, they completely fell apart. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think Qatar get another result. It ends in a draw, and both teams get eliminated from the World Cup. Next game, we have Switzerland against Canada. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, Canada. Even if Canada draw this game, they will still finish top of the group because they destroyed Qatar by 6 goals, and now their goal difference is +6. Hey, Canada. I think Canada were very, very good against Qatar. I think Switzerland were very, very good against Bosnia. If both teams play like how they did in their last game, this would be a very, very entertaining game. But I feel like Canada can get a draw. Like I said, if Canada get a draw, they will finish in first place and make it to their first knockout stage in history. And I think it's going to happen, guys. I'm going to predict that Canada get a 1-1 draw. And that means Canada finished first place in the group. The next game we got is Morocco against Haiti. Even though Haiti lost 1-0 against Scotland and then they lost 3-0 in the last match day against Brazil, I actually don't think they've been that bad. I think the fact that Haiti still haven't scored in this World Cup is kind of crazy. I think they definitely should have scored against Scotland and maybe could have scored in the last match day. But I actually have been pleasantly surprised with Haiti. I know it looks bad, but I feel like Haiti might be able to score in this game. Morocco, I do think will win this game. There's no way Morocco don't win this game. With the form that Saibari's on, did you see the goal that he scored against Scotland? What a beautiful goal. Just got the move to Bayern Munich. I think Morocco win this game, but I got Haiti scoring a goal. I'm going to go 3-1 win to Morocco, but at least Haiti get 1 goal in the World Cup. Moving on to the next game, we have Scotland against Brazil. Like this Brazilian team, they haven't really been getting a lot of chances. If you look at their last game against Haiti, you know, they only got 8 chances throughout the whole game. Now, they were incredibly clinical. 5 of them were on target, which is fantastic. That's like over 60% shot on target rate. That's very, very good. I feel like this Scotland midfield and attack, they actually have some decent players, guys. I wouldn't underrate Scotland. I don't think Scotland have been that good during this World Cup. I think they can definitely play better, but I think they might turn it up in this game. With how clinical Brazil have been, I'm just going to back Brazil. I think it will be very close. I think a 2-1 win to Brazil, but Brazil do end up getting the job done. Moving on to the next game, Czech Republic against Mexico. This would be interesting. You know, Czech Republic, bro, I don't think they've been convincing. They were very poor in the last game against South Africa. They were dominated. The only way that Czech Republic seemed to be scoring is off set pieces, off corners, or off long throws. That's the only way. Mexico have not had a good tournament so far. I don't know. Some people have been saying that Mexico have been playing really good. They got 2 wins. Fair enough. Were they good in those 2 wins? No. They honestly weren't that good. Guys, this is going to be another one of Mexico's classic wins. You know, Czech Republic, like, they can score off set pieces. Defensively, they're not bad, but I feel like they won't score in this game. Mexico 1 and Czech Republic 0. All right, guys, moving on to the next match, we have South Africa against South Korea. I think that South Africa, they were poor in the first game against Mexico. They were very, very poor. They got 2 red cards. It was horrible, bro. That first game, bro. This opening match from South Africa was poor. It was absolutely poor. They were trash. This game is going to be really tough for South Africa because they have trouble conceding goals. Now, they're very bad off set pieces. In South Korea, they're not really the best off set pieces, so that is definitely a positive for South Africa. But they have had a real tough time scoring goals in this competition. So I'm going to predict a 2-0 win to South Korea. Simple win for them. All right, guys, moving on to the next game, we have Curaçao against Ivory Coast. Curaçao, bro. Curaçao. If they get a result from this game, bro, I will promise you I will get a Curaçao jersey. The Bakuna brothers, room, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. 15 saves? That's crazy. Guys. Hold on one second. Ivory Coast have been very good in this World Cup. If Curaçao can win this game, they will make it to the knockout stages, bro. My heart is saying that it would love Curaçao to get a result from this game. My head is telling me that Ivory Coast will win this game 2-0. I think Curaçao might struggle to score like they've done so far in this World Cup. And I think Ivory Coast, they've been very good, a little bit underrated by some people. So I do think Ivory Coast will get the 2-0 win and they will be the team advancing. The next game is Ecuador against Germany, guys. Just get out, Ecuador. Just get out, bro. I don't even want to. Bro, Ecuador have been so bad, bro. You're telling me you failed to beat Curaçao. You failed to score against Curaçao, the team who's conceded 2 goals against China, 5 goals against Australia, 4 goals against Scotland. They conceded 7 goals against Germany. Bro, what? What? Ecuador couldn't score against Curaçao, and I'm saying they're gonna score against Germany? Nah, that's not happening. 2-0. 2-0 to Germany. Ecuador, they're good defensively, but they will lose this game 100%. The next game we have, and this is a very interesting one, Japan against Sweden. Sweden are in a very difficult situation because they beat Tunisia 5-1 and then they lost 5-1 against the Netherlands. So basically what that means is they need to get a result from this game. They need to get a result. I feel like this game's going to be high scoring because both of these teams have very good attacks. You know, Sweden with Gyökeres, with Isak, with Bergvall, with Svenberg, with even Ayadi can score long shots. But then you look at Japan with Ueda, with Don. But honestly, both of these teams have very, very good attacks. And defensively, they are both lacking. So I got this game being a high scoring game. I think this is going to be a high scoring game. I think both teams will get on the score sheet. But defensively, both teams will be ass. So I'm going with the 3-2 win to Japan. The next game is Tunisia against the Netherlands. Tunisia! The biggest frauds of the 2026 World Cup. Didn't concede a single goal in the AFCON qualifiers, but now in their last 2 games, conceded 4 goals against Japan and 5 goals against Sweden. And by the way, the friendlies before, they conceded 5 goals against Belgium as well. 14 goals conceded in 3 games in all competitions. Yo, hey, Tunisia. Wrap it up, bro. I don't think Tunisia will score. Against that Netherlands defense, Tunisia, they've had trouble scoring. They hired Renard because they fired their manager after the first match day. I have no idea why. Renard's not doing nothing. I'm thinking 3-0 win to Netherlands. I think this would be a very comfortable win for Netherlands. And show us why. They're probably a top 6, top 7 team in this World Cup. The next game is Paraguay against Australia. This is a very interesting game because both of these teams got destroyed by the USA. Obviously, in the last game for Australia, they lost 2-0 against the US. Paraguay lost 4-1 to the US. So the US were dominant in both games against both of these teams. This screams 1-1 draw. I think Australia could be a team where they score early on and they go a very defensive low block for the rest of the game. But Paraguay, they have some decent attackers. Obviously, Almiron with that red card won't be playing. But I think they may get a late goal back. I think it will be a 1-1 draw, which isn't really the result that either of these teams want. Moving on to the next game, we have Turkey against USA. Turkey, along with Tunisia. Frauds. Absolute frauds, bro. Guys, hey, how much is the USA going to win this game by, guys? For me, like I said, USA have been one of the top 5, top 7 best performing teams in this World Cup. I'm not saying they're a top 7 team in the world, but I'm saying the 2 performances so far in this World Cup have been incredible. I don't see any way Turkey win this game, guys. I see absolutely no way. I'm going to go with a 3-1 win to the US. I do think Turkey will finally score after over 60 shots, their first goal of the tournament, but I think USA will win this game. The next game, Norway against France. Oh my gosh, bro. Woo! Both of these teams, in my opinion, have some of the best attacking lineups in Europe. France, I think, have the best. You know, Olise, Dembele, Mbappe, Doué, Barcola, Thuram, Cherki, Akliouche, Mateta. Bro, it's crazy. That's crazy. But Norway, Haaland, Sorloth, Strand Larsen, Nusa, Oscar Bob in the midfield, Sanderberg, Odegaard. The game between France and Norway could be the decider of which team finishes in first place. I'm just going to favor France. Just, bro, just. I think Norway can get a result if defensively they're very good. But from what I've seen from them in recent games, I feel like they have struggled a little bit defensively. So I'm going to go with the 3-2 win for France. It's going to be very close, but I am going with France just to edge out this result. But moving on to the next game, we have Senegal against Iraq. I am going to be going to this game in the Toronto Stadium. I'm hoping for a good game. I'm hoping for a very good game. I think Senegal are definitely the favorites in this game. Iraq, they've surprised me. They've been decent. Yes, the results haven't gone their way, but I think they've played decently in some areas of their team, but defensively, I do think they've been very, very poor. Whereas Senegal, I think Senegal have been pretty good. Their attack is very good. Their midfield is decent. Defensively, they have some very strong players. Their fullbacks, I think, are very important, guys. Malik Diouf and Crepin Diatta, I think, are very important players for Senegal that a lot of people may not realize. I hope Ayman Hussein didn't injure himself too much and he will still be available in this game, but I have a feeling that Iraq will get a goal, but I can't see them winning. I can't see them winning this game. I got Senegal winning 2-1. I think it will be a close game, but I think Senegal at the end of the day, their quality is just too high of a level compared to Iraq, so I think Senegal will get the result. Guys, move on to the next game. This is interesting. This is interesting. Cape Verde against Saudi Arabia. Cape Verde got a draw against Spain with Vozinha making the craziest save of his life. And then the last game, they got another draw against Uruguay, scoring 2 crazy goals. One of the goals was a mistake from the Uruguayan goalkeeper Muslera, but the other goal, this free kick, hey, yo, bro. I don't know what happened with Cape Verde. I don't know when they got this type of tech, but bro, holy shit. Guys, I'm back in Cape Verde. I'm going to predict Cape Verde to win this game 1-0, and they will make it to the knockout stages, bro. Imagine that. Moving on to the next match, we have Uruguay against Spain. Uruguay against Spain. Like I just said in the last prediction, I don't see Uruguay winning this game. I said at the start of the tournament, I'm not a fan of Marcelo Bielsa. I said it at the start of the tournament, I don't think his team plays good football. And I know they have some decent players, you know, Bentancur, Valverde, Ugarte, they have a decent midfielder. But Spain, I know Spain, you know, in the first game, they didn't look too good. Against Saudi Arabia, they were very good, smoked them. It was an easy game for them. I think Spain win this game by a few goals. And with how Uruguay have been struggling to score goals, I know they scored 2 against Cape Verde, but it was a little bit of a struggle. And against Saudi Arabia, they were struggling to score that first goal. They were struggling like crazy. I think they will struggle once again. I got Spain winning this game 2-0. And because of that result, Cape Verde will advance to the knockout stages. Moving on to the next game, we have Egypt against Iran. Bro, both of these teams have been getting some very good results. Egypt got that first 1-1 win against Belgium, and then in the last game, they beat New Zealand 3-1. New Zealand scored early. It was a very good goal, but Egypt, at the end of the day, they were always going to win that game. Iran, in the first game, 2-2 against New Zealand. I thought attackingly, they were very good to get the 2 goals. Defensively, they were very poor. But against Belgium, I thought they were much better defensively. Belgium still weren't that good, but I thought Iran were pretty good. And if that goal was onside by Mehdi Taremi, Iran will play a type of game where they will kind of park the bus and try and hit Egypt on the counter. You know, they're going to want to get this win, but I think Egypt will just get the win. I think Egypt will finish first place in this group, and Egypt will win this game 1-0. Moving on to the next game, we have New Zealand against Belgium. Guys, Belgium, if Belgium do not win this game, bro. If Belgium do not win this game, they are on the biggest fraud watch, bro. Lukaku, De Bruyne, Trossard, Salamakers, whoever it is, bro. Yo, if you do not score against New Zealand, bro. Rudy Garcia. Hey, Rudy Garcia, I told you this guy at Napoli was shit. I told you he was shit at Napoli, bro. As much as I would like New Zealand, Tim Payne, Chris Wood, just to get a result, I can't see it. I can't see it. If Belgium fumbled this, that would be the biggest fumble in the world. But I think Belgium will get a pretty comfortable win. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win to Belgium. All right, guys, moving on to the next game, we have Croatia against Ghana. Croatia, I don't think they were convincing in that game against England. I thought they could have been better. Obviously, the 2 goals were very good. But like I said multiple times, Croatia isn't a team where they'll have more than 10 total shots in a game. It's very unlikely. So they need their shots to be on target. If they're clinical, they can win this game. But if they are not clinical, they may struggle. At the same time, though, Ghana, I don't trust Ghana, bro. I don't trust Ghana. That last-minute winner against Panama was absolutely crazy, but they're not the best team. They're not the best team. I don't trust Ghana. I don't trust their defense. So for that reason, I'm going to go with a 2-0 win to Croatia. Moving on to the next match, we have Panama against England. Not much to talk about here. England, very good team. I think they've looked good in recent games under Tuchel. Panama, they struggled against Ghana. They lost. They struggled against Bosnia in friendlies. They lost 6-2 in the friendly game against Brazil. England win this game 3-1. I could see Panama scoring, but I think England get the job done. This next game, bro, Colombia against Portugal. This is going to be a crazy game, guys. At the time of recording this video, Colombia sit in first place in the group because obviously Portugal, they struggled in that first game against Congo, ended in a 1-1 draw. Can Portugal bring it back? The thing with Portugal, though, is even if they don't use CR7, I feel like even off the bench, I don't trust their forwards. I don't trust Leao. I don't trust Gonçalo Ramos. I don't trust João Felix. I don't trust Conceição. I don't trust Trincao. I don't trust their attackers, bro. I don't trust their attackers. Yes, they can score goals, but do I trust them? Not really. Not really. I think if Colombia play good in this game, Colombia can get a result. They were very good in that game against Uzbekistan. The fight that they showed was very good. So you know what? I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for a 2-2 draw in this game. Moving on to the next game, we have DR Congo against Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan had a lot of hype going into the World Cup. From what I've seen from them recently, I don't really see the hype. I remember seeing them in a friendly before the tournament against Canada. They were poor against Colombia in the first match day. They were poor. Congo, they have they struggle scoring goals, but they can defend, bro. They can defend like crazy, bro. Congo gets a 1-0 win in this game. I think it could be a draw, but I'm gonna go for Congo. I'm gonna go for a 1-0 win to DRC. The second last game we have is Algeria against Austria. This is an important game, bro. This is a must-win game for both of these teams. Algeria especially, yo, we need to see something from Algeria, bro. They have players like Guidi. They have obviously Amoura. They have Hadj Moussa, Riyad Mahrez, Ibrahim Maza, who's incredible. Awar in the midfield. This Algeria team is good. I would love to see Algeria win. I don't know why, but I feel like I always have a soft spot for Algeria. I would love to see Algeria win, but I just don't see them winning this game, bro. I just don't see it. I have a feeling this game will end in a 2-2 draw. And sadly for both of these teams, may not be the result that they want. The last game we got in the group stages is Jordan against Argentina. We got Jordan against Messi. Jordan against Messi. And do I think Jordan can get a result? Nah. Argentina, guys, they played 2 games. Messi scored 5 goals, bro. 5 fucking goals in 2 games is ridiculous, bro. And you know what, bro? He could score another hat trick. He could score another hat trick in this game, bro. That would be insane, bro. This World Cup could be the Messi show. I'm gonna go with a 3-0 win to Argentina, and they will obviously advance in first place to the round of 32. That is the end of the match day 3 predictions. And it's crazy that we've already finished the group stages, bro. After this, the group stages is done. We're into the knockout stages, guys. It's crazy. But thank you guys for helping me do the knockout stage predictions. I appreciate it, bro. Obviously, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens as always, bro.